Hey guys, today's lesson is going to be it's going to be for Tuesday, October 20th. I believe 20th is what it is. Let me make sure here. Yes, Tuesday, October 20th. Today you get my lesson from my garage. Who knows where you're going to get the next one. So we'll try and keep it kind of short to the point here in these lessons. But there are some things that we do need to make sure that we're covering and making sure that we understand while we try and navigate through this module. Okay, we're going to be starting our third module today, which is going to be called branding, and I'm going to talk about that a little bit about companies, about the individual people building their own brand. And we're going to spend, I don't know, we're going to spend a little bit of time on that. And throughout this module, what we're going to do is try to develop our own personal brand, along with actually try to create our own logo, which I think will be pretty neat as well. And again, this is not reflective to any type of company. It's just going to be simply reflective to you as a person. Okay, so I'm going to kind of get right into it. If you're still working to complete through module 2, which would be the career clusters. If you have not completed your Google slideshow for your career research project, we need to get that in as soon as possible. And then you should have been given a worksheet that you had to complete in class, which would have been today, Monday, the 19th. That needs to get done as soon as possible as well. I think I set the due date for that October 20th, Tuesday, October 20th at midnight. Let's make sure we're trying to stay on pace with that. I'd like to close out anything that's missing out of module 2 here in the next couple days. Okay, so anything outstanding, let's get that all done. So let me get my screen shared here, and we're going to talk about module 3, okay, which is branding. So I'm going to get in here, and I want to get right into Schoology, maybe if I can get in there. Bear with me, guys. You guys will see that we now have a new folder in here called Module 3, Evaluating Your Brand. I know it says unpublished right here. By the time you watch this video, that will be published and you'll be able to see that. Okay, so evaluating your brand, that's what we're going to be talking about. Currently, I have 3 days worth of stuff in here. There'll be plenty more to go, but for right now, this will get us started. And our focus is going to be right here, day 1, branding. Okay, I kind of just put my lesson plans on here, so you got an idea of what it is that we're going to be doing over these next couple days or next couple weeks. Hopefully, you'll be able to see this day by day, and it'll be clear. Okay, so what we're going to do to start is everybody needs to create a new Google document, and you need to call it branding. Please know, guys, at any point in time, if you need to pause the video so you can go ahead and do your stuff. Pause it, get set up what you need to get set up with, and then progress through. Okay, so again, create your new Google document. You're going to call it branding, and we're going to work through this over the next couple weeks. You'll see here it's going to say that I'm going to show you a couple examples of branding. So what I'm doing is I'm going to flash this screen up here right now. Okay, what I want you guys to do definitely right now at this point is I want you to pause this video. And after you pause this video, I want you to look at this screen right here. And I want you to see on your Google document how many of these logos or slogans that you can guess. Okay, you can see that we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 of them. Okay, so I want you to number 1 through 7. And again, you're going to pause this video so you can see them all. The couple slogans that we got here, I do not want you to Google search. My guess is you're pretty familiar with them and you're going to get those. But I think these are pretty legit. And I think you're going to be able to get all of these. Maybe 1 or 2 might trip you up, but for the most part, I think you're going to be able to guess them. So pause this. That's the first thing you're going to do in your Google document. All right, so what we're going to do is dive right into building our own brand, okay? Don't worry about the Mercer County ESC. I found this PowerPoint and I'm using it from them. That means absolutely nothing to you guys, but I thought this was a valuable tool, a resource, and we're going to go through and we're going to utilize it. Okay, there's some components into building your brand. Okay, just like these companies right here that you just looked at and that you just guessed, they didn't just come up with a picture and that's going to be our brand, or that's going to be our logo, or the particular company here that always says I'm loving it. That didn't just happen. They didn't just decide, oh, this is going to fit perfectly, and we're just going to use it. There was a research. There was an in-depth thought about this. Okay, so what is branding? Okay, right here's a prime definition here, guys. More than just a logo. Okay, it represents the perception that somebody is going to see about you. Okay, and think about that for a minute. Think about the perception that people think of you now. How do other people see you? Um, are they somebody that you think of a person, and then all of a sudden, do you think of just something that goes with that person? Like, for example, if I was to say LeBron James, what comes to your mind? Well, probably basketball, correct? If I'm going to say, Disney, well, what comes to your mind? Maybe Mickey Mouse, maybe a Disney show, whatever. If I was to say YouTube, what comes to your mind immediately? I bet probably maybe some of your favorite YouTubers that you might watch on a consistent basis. Okay, so nonetheless, guys, it's more than just a logo. It's more than just a saying. It's the interpretation. It's what is it that what does that symbolize? Okay, and that part's important. And actually, we're doing that, like I said, right now at 15, 16 years old. You guys are building your brand. And again, if I went up to some random person and I just said your name, I should say some random person, maybe a teacher in the school, and I just said your name, what's their immediate response? If you were to walk up to other students and you said my name, what's their response going to be? Okay. Um, Again, leading into that, what is your brand? Okay, your brand is going to be your reputation. Um, again, what is it that people perceive you as? Okay, do they perceive you as somebody that is a hardworking individual? Do they perceive you as somebody that might try and skate by every now and again? How does that perceive? How's your reputation? And that then helps shape your brand. Um, Again, you'll notice here that we've got the real life brands and we've got the online brands. Okay. Um, right now at this point, the online brands are a very big component to your guys' life. Okay. What we see in person isn't always what we see online out of specific people. And believe it or not, when companies hire, they a lot of times will do a lot of searching online. What do they find about you online, especially regarding social media? What can they find? Um, it says here that employers, college admissions, scholarship committees develop an image of who you are by how you interact online and offline or in person. Okay. And then that's how they shape whether or not they want to proceed forward with you in that specific job or that scholarship, or allowing you to enter the institution, the higher education institution, college, based upon what they see. Okay. And that's legit stuff, guys. I've got plenty of friends that coach baseball at the college level, and they do a lot of searching online for their recruits. They'll scour their social media. They'll look to see how they present themselves online, and if they deem that that person is of good moral character online, they may pursue them with the athletic recruiting process. If they find out online that this person, you know, shares a lot of inappropriate things or says some off the wall things online, they may just drop that person. And what we all need to understand is, yes, we are our own unique individual, but there are a lot of people out there that offer the things that we offer. and it's a very competitive area. So we've got to make sure that that again we're presenting ourselves positively online. Again, go through here your personal brand. Again, it shapes who you are, what you're known for. And then, you have maybe a potential slogan, a simple, memorable statement. If I was to say something like, just do it, what is it that comes to your mind? What is that? Developing a brand mantra, okay, a memorable statement describing who you are and what you have to offer. Again, I like to refer that maybe as to a slogan. Okay, fun, family, entertainment, authentic athletic performance. Okay, you see these two statements right down here. Those two describe a specific thing. Maybe you know what they are describing, maybe you don't. But those are two, again, this presentation calls them mantras, I would call them slogans. Okay. When you develop a mantra, a slogan, a logo, a brand, you need to find an emotional appeal. How your personality affects the experience of someone else. You have to ask yourself, how do you make people feel? How do you benefit from working? How would somebody benefit from working with you? With that being said, are you someone who's going to nurture somebody? Are you going to help them along the way? Or are you somebody that's going to just throw an individual into the fire? Okay. What type of person are you? And then what words do others use to describe you? Think about that. Again, you see, it says here, fun, family, entertainment, Disney, authentic athletic performance. Again, a little mantra there describing Nike. Okay. Moving down here, guys, in the second step, when it comes to developing your brand, you want to determine your description. Identify who or what your brand is for. What is it that you are trying to essentially sell yourself on? I'm a teacher. If I was interested in a new job, I would try to sell myself as a teacher and what I could offer to other school districts. If I was a doctor, I would do the same exact thing. What could I offer to other hospitals, other doctors' offices, etc. You clarify an emotional modifier. You ask yourself, what field or industry do I want to be in? What words do I use to describe my work? Who is my target audience? That's a big one. If I was to flash just briefly, real quick, these slogans up here, you have to think, not every one of these slogans that you see or logos are meant to appeal everybody. There's a certain type of person that each one of these logos wants to appeal to. Okay, so you've got to find that target audience. Okay, when you develop your logo, who is it that you're trying to get? And then again, as you determine your description, what are some words that I would use to describe my kind of work? Maybe you're very meticulous, you're very picky, detail oriented. Maybe you're someone that works quickly. Everybody has going to have different descriptors. Determine your function. What exactly do you do? Can you relate directly to a specific career? Is it broad? Are you a manager, organizer? What type of brand are you able to offer? Okay, and that's going to help, what kind of functions are you able to offer? That's going to help determine your brand. Questions to consider. What services do I have that other people, or do I have to offer to people that maybe other people cannot offer to those people? And then what makes me stand out to other people? And if you look here, what makes me stand out? So fun, family, entertainment. Okay, we have the word, in red, entertainment. Again, that was Disney. Authentic athletic performance. You notice that the performance is what Nike tries to utilize in order to help them separate themselves from other athletic companies. Okay, it's the performance that's going to determine that. Okay. Okay, in step 4, what we do is we put it all together. We want to try to combine 3 to 5 words into a phrase. Okay, again, like Nike, just do it. Okay, again, just a simple phrase. And again, if we look up here, Nike also had the authentic athletic performance. Okay, again, three statements, 3 words that describe the company. You want to be simple. You can't be complex to this. It's got to be very basic, and you need to feel inspiring to you. If you can show that you are inspired, then maybe that will show that you have potential to inspire other people. Okay. And again, when you put yourself out there, when you're trying to look for jobs, what is it? What is it that's going to make you stand apart from other people? And if you can accomplish that, then you have the opportunity, to maybe stick out when you're competing for jobs against other people. Okay. And then step 5 is we create our logo. Okay. We want to create a logo that represents you, your slogan, and your descriptor. Okay. If I was to create a logo right now, all I could envision right now is something with teaching, some